What an incredible morning it is today. My first grandson born. I can't tell you how thrilled I am and how proud I am of my son Patrick and his lovely wife Kaylin for sharing that with me this morning. I can't wait to see Finn. It won't be long. Michael Limon is here with us this morning. He just drove in from Arizona with Grandpa Dan. You see him moving up. And my surf fishing guy is here. Wow, we've got a lot as we're setting up for the MB to talk about right now. Big bluefin tuna, huge yellowtail, a white sea bass explosion in the Channel Islands, and so much more. And of course, we're going to be talking surf fishing. As you see Dan walking up right now, I don't see him with any fish. I do see his pants are wet though. Let's check out. Oh my goodness, there's a bucket full. Look at that, Dan. Man, this guy's been thumping on him here this morning.
He did. He caught like two within a minute.
Oh my God. All right, well, we're going to play the over-under game here this morning and see how many fish this guy will catch during the morning briefing. Good morning, my friend. Oh, a biter going right now. We're going to make the over-under 4. Let me set up for the MB, everybody. Really a great morning here. A new grandson, Finn. Fish are biting, and we're almost ready to bring you the MB.
Oh, there's the whale in it. 50 to 150 pound bluefin crashing all over, whale crashing through it. They don't even care.
Whales eating the same thing as the bluefin.
Yep. Yeah, a little fin whale.
In the summertime, fin whales feed on baitfish, lunging into schools of baitfish with their mouths open to gulp down copious amounts of water and baitfish. The anglers on board the Legend out of H&M Landing in San Diego with Captain Steve Taft were so blessed to have witnessed this spectacle of nature. The things you get to see as an angler when you're out at sea. An incredible National Geographic kind of moment on board the Legend, watching a fin whale compete with the bluefin tuna for a bite to eat. You are looking at the deck of the Endeavor out of Ventura Harbor sport fishing after an incredible catch of white sea bass. 44 white sea bass, 3 halibut, and lots of other bottom critters to go along with it. We've been waiting for this kind of explosion because the guys up there out of Ventura sport fishing on the Endeavor have been seeing copious amounts of sea bass, and they settled and they decided to bite. Will it happen again today? Can we put a stretch together? We'll find out shortly as the Endeavor is on that fish here this morning again. What a catch. Incredible fishing. White sea bass explosion on board the Endeavor out of Ventura Sport Fishing. 805-676-3474. Have a great morning, everybody. Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. This fantastic Monday morning, because I'm a grandpa for the very first time. All my love and best wishes go out to my son Patrick and his lovely wife Kaylin. Finn was born this morning, Finn. I wonder why Patrick and Kaylin picked that name. The Irish and the fishing mixed together. It's great, and it's so wonderful to be here with you all. I am feeling extremely blessed this morning. Can't thank you all enough for your love and support to make Friedman Adventures what it is. Hey, we just hit 14,000 subscribers on YouTube alone. We're up around 40,000 subscribers now when you combine all our social media together. 5.5 million views and yada, 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 yada. So really great stuff going on here for Friedman Adventures, and I owe that all to you. We're going to talk about some wide open albacore fishing, but maybe it's not in California. We'll talk about that in a moment. San Francisco Bay halibut on fire. More here in SoCal, like our bluefin tuna fishing. We'll go south to Ensenada. We'll check out the Channel Islands where there was a white sea bass explosion. There is so much going on here. On the morning briefing this morning, you know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friend. Oh, did I need that Poor Dan back there, he wants to get a bite so bad on one of these yellowfin croakers. So we'll see how it goes. Over-under game with our friend back here is 4. Will he catch more than 4 fish or less than 4 fish? We already have 1 fish that he caught, that nice big yellowfin croaker. We're counting that one, so put your guess down below. Over or under the number 4 here this morning. Hey, if you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. Share these videos with a friend. It means the world to us here. And also, don't forget to tick the little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. In addition to YouTube and our 14,000 subscribers, you can also watch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. It's always great to be with you all. All right, let's get into it with you all right now, and we'll go south of the border where there has been some really excellent fishing going on. More and more bluefin tuna starting to bite. They're catching them on a variety of jigs. I would probably say the Mad Mac is the best way, high-speed trolling. You cover a lot of ground, and they bite those really well. But also the Rapala-style lures. We see Poncho El Pescador. He's down there trolling those and having some pretty good success on the BFT out of beautiful Ensenada. We have multiple schools of bluefin tuna from below the border all the way up now, pushing toward the Channel Islands. So there is a lot of bluefin tuna around, and we've got an incredible variety in terms of the size of the fish also. I would say anywhere from 15 pounds to 250 pounds. Incredible. World-class fishing in Ensenada and all the way up here into this neck of the woods. And my guy's going to hang it up. Oh, my God, it's going to be under again unless he fishes that other rod for a little bit of time. We've seen some big yellowfin croaker here recently. All right, so some really good fishing going on. Last night, a little bit mixed. Some guys had very, very tough nights last night. A couple of those long-range boys put the wood to some of those big bluefin tuna. I mean, we've been seeing boats with 20, 30, 40 bluefin tuna on multi-day trips over the 100-pound mark. It has been phenomenal. Once again, heavy tackle is your best friend in this bite. 100-pound Spectra, 200-pound bite leader, and also the jigs have been effective from, I want to say, 180 grams to 350 grams. Most of the time, it's somewhere in between that. Smaller profile jigs have been working best of all. Still wouldn't say don't bring the 400-gram stuff because you just never know when the wind and current pick up. You might need it. But for the most part, it's been those jigs that have been working best of all. And there's a variety of people that will tell you, man, this works and that works. And don't do this and don't fish that jig. I'll tell you, a lot of guys say, hey, they're biting a torpedo sinker with hooks on it, Yeti bomb. Well, how are you going to convince me that color and the style of jig is so important? So there's a whole bunch of different schools of thoughts here. I know John Garma, he swears by West Coast jiggers, and it's hard to argue with John. He's a very good fisherman, has great success. HD lures have been very kind to him. A lot of guys swear on the Daiwa SK lures, so you take it from there. I mean, sometimes when you see those torpedo sinkers working, you got to think. Pacific Voyager, Michael Limon and his grandpa will be on there on Sunday night. They had 20 bluefin tuna on a one-day trip. Nice hit, 16 yellowtail, and that's pretty good fishing for only 14 guys. Old Glory, 18 guys, 34 bluefin tuna, 11 yellowtail. Nothing wrong with that. So once again, we're seeing some of that daytime fish. In the daytime hours, it has been more, let's put it, inconsistent because there has been some good catches on bluefin tuna. You hear about that in a moment. San Diego had a very good day on their full day trip, leaving in the morning, coming back that same evening. But overall, the nighttime bite has been best of all. So you're smart to be on a day and a half trip or better. And we're talking about San Diego based boats, but other boats up here in the LA Orange County area, there's fish around San Clemente Island. They have that fish in their sights. El Dorado had a 200-plus pound bluefin tuna the other day, and several other boats have been getting a piece of that, so that is really great news. Some of those full-day offshore boats, the San Diego Seaforth Sport Fishing, 35 guys, 35 bluefin tuna. What, I ask you, is wrong with that? That's a great score. 35 bluefin, 100 bonita, and 21 yellowtail. That is one heck of a day on board the San Diego. The offshore scene heating up. We just need to see the consistency now. Hopefully they're on those fish again here this morning. You want to bring that heavy tackle with you. When you're fly lining, however, I got to tell you, you want to have the light stuff because sometimes this fish is really finicky. So you're dropping down to 25-pound fluorocarbon GT4 fluoro. You get more line for a smaller price. GT4 fluorocarbon. Make sure you check that out by going to promarahi.com. Put in FA at checkout. They'll knock an additional 10% off for you. So dropping down and fishing a number 4 hook has been a great way to make things happen. Grande, 24 guys, 55 bonita, 55 yellowtail for 24 anglers. What is wrong with that kind of a hit as we see more and more yellow starting to show up in the counts? And that is a really, really great sign. Liberty, 35 guys, 53 yellowtail, 60 bonito. Really great action on the full day boats right now. And we are happy to see that going on. So hopefully that is going to continue. Great fishing going on for those boys. Again, overall picture is a little bit hit and miss. We'll see if we can start getting a little bit more consistency to this bite, and we'll be watching it for you very, very closely. Tax problems or unfiled taxes? Call our dear friend Tim Marquez from Best Income Tax. Tim is a great guy, and he can solve all your tax problems. He's been doing this for 35 years. Sorry, Tim. And also, if you're having heating or air conditioning issues, you want to call our friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Really a great guy, a Friedman Adventures family member. Call John today. All right, let's get back to our bites here. Now, we'll start down at the Coronado Islands where there's been some exceptional yellowtail fishing. The Mission Belle was there for 32 yellowtail yesterday. Nice hit. Biting a fly line bait, surface iron, even yo-yo iron at times. So some really excellent fishing going on. You can hardly beat that. Other boats there have had even more impressive scores on the yellowtail. And of course, there's a little bit of barracuda, bonita mixed in with it. Some really good calico bass fishing at times. And we also can back that up with some good rock fishing. San Clemente Island, the big yellows on the dropper loop continue to impress. They had a 41-pound yellowtail on board the Amigo yesterday. I think they only had 3 fish, 5 fish, something like that after the previous day's 18 fish catch for the 540 Slingers Club guys. And in fact, sometimes I get going so fast, I get photos and I put them up here and I don't look at them. I look a little bit closer at the 540 Slingers Club, and it was my friend Brian Wynn and his son out there catching yellowtail together with Jeff Yeomans and the 540 Slingers Club. Brian, nice going, my friend. What a way to introduce your son to sport fishing with those nice fat yellows at San Clemente Island. Those are dropper loop fish. So you're fishing a heavier sinker like an 8 or 12 ounce torpedo, and they are nice 41-pound fish on board the Amigo, and they are going tonight if they can get a couple more reservations. 310-832-8304. Beautiful 22nd Street Landing where our home studio is. Jump on the Amigo. Say hi to all the guys for me. Mark and Jason and the galley, and Mark Paisano Jr., Mark Sonada, I was talking about. Really some excellent scores. Thunderbirds had some great scores there here recently. The Fury has popped off some fish. They had 11 yellowtail yesterday. Clemente looking good, and you have that bass, barracuda, and some other stuff to fill in. And that bluefin tuna is circulating all around there, so you have a shot at that also. At Catalina Island, we continue to see some nice barracuda scores, some good calico bass fishing, and some occasional yellowtail in that area. The Pursuit had a yellowtail and really good calico bass fishing. The El Patron with some yellows the other day. As you can see, my friend Chris Isaac showing us some forkies. They have sheepshead and whitefish. Calico bass fishing has been pretty darn good there. So we love what we are seeing there. Excellent fishing going on. Up in the Channel Islands, you got to start with the Endeavor and Tucker McCombs. We talk about him all the time, and for good reason. He cranked out 44 white sea bass on their last 2-day trip, along with 3 halibut and also some bottom dwellers to go along with it. It can't get much better than that. Will he repeat it today? We'll be watching the Channel Island area for you very, very closely. Up there in that neck of the woods, we continue to see some really excellent halibut fishing, but not for everybody. That Seabass hit gives us great confidence that this might turn into something more consistent as it has in previous years. There's some squid up there, the magnet that will attract those game fish in there. Conditions are great. Water temps up to 65 degrees in some areas. It's all coming together for sure. We're going to continue to watch that for you very, very closely. And again, really nice hits up there. If you do not catch sea bass and or halibut or even a yellowtail or two, you have a good chance of loading up on the rockfish. You know, the Coral Sea was out of Santa Barbara having a slow morning, just wasn't coming together. Then they moved into 40 feet of water, 40 feet of water, where they creamed the sheep's head and caught lingcod in that shallow water. Those fish put up a heck of a tussle, and it's a lot of fun. So that is really good. Island Fox up there in the Channel Islands, 71 barracuda in the Aloha Spirit with 6 halibut. How can you beat that? The new Hustler had 9 white sea bass and 24 halibut. That's some pretty darn good fishing up there in the Channel Islands. Love that place as it comes together every single year. Don't forget, you can get on the El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing, where they are fishing mostly Catalina Island right now, but they'll go offshore also. They've had some outstanding fishing, and you can get on board the El Patron by going to www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Get on the El Patron and have a really good time. And don't forget Ventura Sport Fishing, where there is some outstanding fishing going on right now. You can jump on board the Island Spirit. They need a couple more reservations to run on Tuesday. Looks like they'll get out with a fairly light load. And if they do, you should be privy to some really good calico bass fishing. Also, there's been a lot of barracuda up there, and you always have the shallow water rockfish to fall back on. That is Ventura Sport Fishing, 805-676-3474. Get on board the Island Spirit and have a great time. In fact, check out the video we just did with them. We had a great 4th of July trip with Captain Daniel Hotta. We just did a live update with him yesterday. Maybe we'll do another one today to see how things are going. Really excellent stuff going on at Ventura Sport Fishing. Along the coast, I'm talking 1/2 and 3/4 day boats. Guys like that have been fishing down there in San Diego. So there's a little smattering of yellowtail going on down there. There's really excellent calico bass fishing going on. In fact, our friend John Ho on board the Dolphin with limits of calico bass and a couple of sheephead. Nice going, John. He loves fishing the Dolphin. Way to go. That is an outstanding catch, no question about it. And also, as we move you up to Dana, some good bass fishing going on in that neck of the woods. We get you up here to the Long Beach area, and you have got to love what the Native Son accomplished yesterday out of 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. They had 40 guys, 200 sand bass. That is limits on the sand bass. It just keeps getting better and better and better. Other boats in on it also. They also throw on 200 sculpin. Everybody going home with a lot of fish taco meat for sure. And it's good to see this sand bass starting to come together. We've had a few flurries of barracuda here locally, also in the Long Beach, San Pedro areas. It's definitely looking like it's headed in the right direction. The Redondo Specials had some really good bass fishing. They had a white sea bass yesterday. Pretty darn good fishing out there at Marina del Rey. While it is mostly sculpin and rockfish, their twilight trips have been looping the bass also with good calico and sand bass fishing up there in that area. So that also looking very good. In the San Francisco Bay Area, Huckfin, 17 anglers, 34 halibut. They've been catching copious amounts of flatties, halibut that is, as well as some excellent fishing on the stripers. You can hardly beat that. Up in the state of Washington, the albacore wide open for the legend and Sean Trowbridge. Sean used to run out of several landings in San Diego, and now he is up there in Washington thumping the albacore. They had 4 guys and well over 40 albacore, wide open albacore fishing going on. And I know what's going through your minds right now. Another year where they don't show in SoCal. They're up there in Washington. They can bite in Washington and SoCal and Baja in the same year. We've seen it many times before. I'm not throwing in the towel. I still think we're going to get it. It's been some rough weather offshore. It's coming down now. We'll see if somebody can get out there and catch an albacore or two. In the Southern California surf, you saw this gentleman who's calling it quits. Looks like it's the under unless something went on behind me that I didn't see. Once again, there's been a lot of yellowfin croaker in here. Our high tide's going to be about 12 noon today. There will be a grunion run tonight and tomorrow night, in case you want to show the kids that spectacle of nature. Down towards San Diego, some yellowfin croaker. Barred perch, where you find the cooler water, and good corbina fishing up and down the coast. Dog Beach in Huntington Beach has been good, and we see it here also. A lot of corbina starting to show up in this neck of the woods. Santa Monica Bay, a few more halibut up there, and some good yellowfin croaker fishing up and down the coast. It's been pretty darn good. Don't forget about Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California. They have a monthly giveaway where they give away a free, beautiful custom fishing rod. It's absolutely gorgeous. And all you have to do is walk into Big Fish Bait and Tackle on the corner of Seal Beach and PCH, purchase their ruler, and then after that, you're in every single month. They're not giving away one rod. They're giving one away every month. For this month, it will be the largest spot fin croaker. So keep that in mind. Really great stuff going on in the Southern California coast. The better bite today might be somewhere around 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. We might see some good fishing because, as I like to tell you, fish that high tide 2 hours before the high until 2 hours after. You get the incoming and outgoing tides, and that's when fish like to bite. They like moving water, fishing worms and sand crabs. And there's a ton of sand crabs here. You come down with a sand crab catcher and you can load up, or you can pick up your bait down there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle, where things are going along really, really well. What can I tell you? Excuse me. I'm a proud grandpa here this morning, getting choked up. Finn was born early this morning. Patrick and Kaylin, I send you all my love and very, very best. And I thank you all so much for your love and support. It means the world to us here at Friedman Adventures. Have a great day. We'll probably have more content as we go along here today. Already 3 pieces of content up. Thanks for the 14,000 subscribers on YouTube alone. Really appreciate that. And as always, I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends.